come up with some discussion questions to get us started.
Okay, what is the empathy in leadership?
Yeah, great place to start. So, empathy in leadership basically means a leader's ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about actively listening, being able to put yourself in your team members' shoes, and responding in a way that builds trust, collaboration, and a sense of belonging. So, it's really foundational for creating a positive environment.
How can empathetic leaders build a stronger team?
Ooh, that's a great follow up. So, empathetic leaders tend to create a safe space where team members feel heard and valued. That leads to better communication, more trust, and ultimately higher engagement. They also recognize individual needs and tailor support, which boosts morale and helps people thrive.
What is the difference between sympathy and empathy?
That's a really important distinction. So, sympathy is when you feel compassion or pity for someone's situation, but you're sort of keeping a bit of distance. Empathy, on the other hand, is when you actually step into their shoes and deeply understand their emotions. So, empathy is more about connection, while sympathy is more about concern from a bit of a distance.
What is the difference between sympathy and empathy?
That's
Okay, how does empathy improve communication in leadership?
Yeah, great question. When a leader is empathetic, it creates a sense of psychological safety. Team members feel more comfortable sharing ideas, concerns, or challenges because they know they'll be understood. So conversations become more honest, clear, and collaborative, which just strengthens the whole team dynamic.
How can empathy help leaders solve problems effectively?
Yeah, that's a big one. When leaders are empathetic, they get a fuller picture of what's really going on. People feel safe sharing underlying issues or nuances they might otherwise. That gives leaders the insights they need to tackle problems at their root, not just the surface. So solutions become more creative, inclusive, and lasting.
What are the qualities of an empathetic leaders?
Ooh, good. So empathetic leaders often have strong active listening skills. They really pay attention to what others are saying. They're also patient, non-judgmental, and open-minded. They show genuine curiosity about others' experiences, and they balance empathy with accountability. So they care, but they also set clear expectations.
How can leaders understand the emotions of their team members?
Yeah, that's really key. Leaders can start by having regular one on one check ins where they ask open ended questions and really listen without rushing. They can also observe body language, tone, and changes in behavior. And of course, creating a culture of openness so people feel safe expressing themselves really helps.
Why is active listening important in empathetic leadership?
Yeah, active listening is crucial because it shows team members that their perspectives really matter. When leaders listen attentively without interrupting, they pick up on emotions, underlying issues, or even unspoken concerns. And that makes people feel truly understood, which strengthens trust and collaboration.
How can empathy improve workplace relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. When leaders and team members practice empathy, it really humanizes the workplace. People feel more connected, supported, and valued, which reduces conflict and increases collaboration. Over time, trust deepens, and that creates a much more positive and productive team dynamic.
What challenge can leaders face while trying to be empathetic?
Yeah, that's a really good point. One big challenge is balancing empathy with tough decisions. Sometimes leaders have to deliver hard feedback or set boundaries. It can be tricky to stay compassionate. They may skepticism from team members who aren't used to this style of leadership, so building trust takes time.
How does empathy increase motivation and productivity?
Yeah, so when people feel understood and cared for, they're more invested in their work. Empathy helps them feel seen as individuals, so they're more likely to go the extra mile. It also reduces stress and burnout, so people feel energized and focused, which naturally boosts productivity.
What to future leader about empathy?
Oh, I'd say definitely start with self awareness. Understand your own emotions first so you can relate to others. Then practice active listening every day. Be curious and don't rush to solve every problem. Just be present. And remember, empathy is a skill you build over time, so be patient with yourself.
How can empathy create a positive work environment?
Yeah, absolutely. When empathy is part of the culture, people feel like they belong and that their emotions are valued. That reduces stress, it increases trust, and people are just more open and collaborative. So, that kind of environment really encourages innovation, communication, and overall job satisfaction.
How can leaders support employees during difficult times?
Yeah, that's really important. Leaders can start by being present and checking in regularly, not just about work, but about how people are doing. They can offer flexible arrangements, connect them to resources like counseling if needed, and show genuine care so employees know that they're not alone and that support is there.
Okay, how can empathy reduce conflict within a team?
Yeah, so when team members know their concerns are being heard, they feel respected, even if they don't agree. Empathy helps people pause before reacting, so they're more likely to respond with curiosity instead of defensiveness. And when people feel understood, they're more willing to collaborate and find solutions together, which just naturally reduces conflict.
Why is emotional intelligence important for leaders?
Yeah, emotional intelligence is key because it helps leaders recognize and manage their own.
Hello, ChatGPT. How are you? Hello, ChatGPT. Are you hearing me? Yes. Are you hearing me? Okay. How can empathy reduce conflict within a team? Why do people feel more comfortable with understanding leaders? How can empathy help leaders make better decisions? What are some real life examples of empathetic leadership? Why is respect im- important in leadership? Thankful we are coming for new topic that time. Thank you very much.